Hello, Libra. Welcome to your romantic channel tarot reading for the month of November 2018. This channel is called The Witching Hour. My name's Michelle, and I'm a witch. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for returning. Thank you for joining me. This reading is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, wherever Libra places in your charts, or however else you are intuitively led to watch this reading. This is for romantic love, past, present, and future. So this could be pertaining to those of you who have exited a relationship, those of you who are in one, or those of you who are calling in a relationship. Please use your own intuition to guide you to apply these channeled messages to your particular situation as it is at this time. Thank you. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and those intuitively called to watch this reading. Romantic love, November 2018. Libra, November 2018, romantic love. There it is. These feel ready. I am using Game of Thrones tarot for this reading. And if I'm guided to at the end, I will use Witch's Wisdom Oracle cards. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. How lovely. How lovely, Libra. Lovely, lovely. These cards feel very nice. I can tell right now. There's a lot of good energy. So let's leave this on deck, literally. Here is the energy of the person, of the other person. The Tower, kaboom, kaboom. Wow, this person is, they're a life changer. They come in like a storm. They come in after tragedy, is what I'm feeling. There is innocence involved in watching this unfold, like an innocent bystander watching this, having watched this tragedy unfold. So this person could be, I'm getting like a rescuer. Even, I'm also getting 9/11, you know, the Twin Towers. I'm getting that kind of a feeling, some form of connection there with this person, like firefighter, police officer, law enforcement officer of some kind. Firefighter, though, is the most strong impression I'm getting, paramedic, etc. Emergency, like a rescuer. This person is a rescuer. But they also come in as in a surprising fashion, or they have a surprising way of energy about them. It's like very big. It's like go big or go home is the energy this person has. They change lives. They're in it to change people's lives. That's kind of the energy they hold. And this is where you meet or come together, is in Temperance. And the first impression I got was prayer, asking angels, spirit guides for guidance and prayer, and bringing you this connection with this loved one, past, present, or future relationship. 14. The number 14 is standing out. That's up here at the top of the card. That number has some significance. This is angelic energy. I'm feeling spirit guides definitely connected here. So if you've been praying or have been praying for a connection with this loved one, past, present, or future, there was, and this is also someone who has passed during 9/11, and you've prayed and your spirit guides have connected you in the past. This person is coming through this reading to give you a message. So there is a 9/11 energy here. Someone who lost somebody in 9/11 is communicating through this reading. Or that subject is around this person for some reason. There's some significance of 9/11 and they're coming through. Whoever is connected to that energy for whatever reason, they're coming through with a message pertaining to that. There's a loved one who was lost. There's some connection to 9/11. They're coming through with a message through this reading. Okay, that's one person. That's one scenario, or possibly even several, but there is that energy here. Okay, but there's also angelic spirit guides, guidance, prayer, having prayed a lot in the past. This person with the tower energy, the other person is also someone who said, I want to give them a sign. So they're bringing a sign. This is a loved one. This is a soulmate energy. You are half of that twin flame, okay? So there is that energy here. This is your season. Your season has just come to a close, but it's still strong Libra energy going now into Scorpio. Spirit is leading me to say that. The energy is still strong for you, Libra. There's just this energy that's still strong. Okay. I'm getting the word calamity. So there is calamity, Jane. Oh boy. This person, there's just that phrase connected to it. Calamity Jane. Something they used to call you or something. Or how you refer to them. Because they came in like a storm. I keep seeing like a storm. A big surprise, a big bash. And yet, there is this angelic guidance in the midst of all of this chaos, confusion, possibly I'm getting also with some of you. But, so pulling away from that energy, this is your first impression or your current impression of the person is that they are the boss. They have it all. They are large and in charge. They know what they're doing. This is another, I'm getting that firefighter energy again. The chief, the captain, the police, the squad, it's just all of this rescuing energy. Some of you have prayed for the rescue of your soul and soulmate, praying for your own rescue with the entrance of a soulmate coming in, or praying for the energy of your soulmate from a certain, like a disaster relief type of situation. Okay. But and otherwise, beyond that type of energy, beyond that, this person is a very in charge person. They have everything under control. Now, are they a bit bossy? Is that the darker side of their personality? This person should be conscientious, responsible, working for humanity, working for the people, working to serve the people, not only that, but that they should be a member of the community themselves, that they don't serve other people to serve themselves. This is how it should be. There should be integrity and nobility in this position. Whether that is true or not remains to be seen, and that will be how you identify this person. Yes or no. Do they have that integrity or not? You want to know, because of this like very strong first impression, or this like what you hear about their personality. It's like, I want to see if they have integrity. Your feeling is, well, they're in a position of authority, so I don't know, because that's kind of a mixed bag. You know, you hear of people in authority who are very conscientious and some that are not. My feeling also is that some of you have met this people through prayer and through church, a church or a religious setting. There's some kind of church involvement here. Some kind of healing, some kind of prayer connecting you to this person. They are an authority figure, or they act in an authoritative way. That's their personality. They have everything under control. They know what they're doing. Their integrity, for some of you, the integrity of this person is in question, but you have the underlying energy of, you know, is this my soulmate or not? Well, your energy is pure and feels wonderful. You have to just make sure that their energy is the same as yours, not necessarily, you know, opposites attract is not always a good thing. It's not always a good thing. It might feel good, it might feel like earth-shattering, but it may or may not be. So I feel some of you are waiting to see the answer to your question play itself out in regards to the integrity of this person. Okay? That's that. Now, how this person affects you is you're in two minds about them. You are in two minds, and you must feel instinctively. Some of you have exited a relationship and are wondering still now, even though the relationship has passed, did they cheat? Did they stray? I still don't know. If I only knew, I'd have closure and I could move on. My feeling is to let, you know, you have to leave that question behind with them. It may just go unanswered, and it may, I feel what Spirit is saying is choose to have the question go unanswered. Choose, because that will give you more self-empowerment to choose to not know. Some of you have to, and it will make you feel stronger to choose to not know. It will help you let go of the question, help you let go of searching for an answer, just to let it go. Let go of the question. Don't even wonder about it because it's irrelevant. It doesn't even matter. There were many other traits about this person who did not fit your soul's calling anyway. And that's not going to give you any more closure than you want. It's going to give you more sleepless nights and worry about it. And why add any more anxiety to an already tumultuous situation from the past, because you're still dealing with the after effects of it, emotional after effects and the thoughts. So let them go and let the question go. Choose to let it go. Now, for some of you, the overall impression this person gives you is discernment. They influence you to have discernment, and this is in a positive way. They get you to think for yourself. They get you to make instinctive decisions. They actually help you feel more true to yourself in not knowing. It's like you get to know each other one moment at a time. In other words, they are a positive influence in encouraging you to allow the relationship to unfold on its own, to play out on its own. They're a positive, beneficial influence in encouraging you to always look within your own discernment and to allow things to play out and unfold as they will. In other words, they give you freedom of choice, and that's a very important thing. If this is you, this is a good energy here. That they give you the freedom of choice. They leave the choice to you. And they always leave the choice to you. They encourage you to be your own person. That's a very, very important thing for an emperor type of person to do, male or female. The emperor masculine energy this person holds, because this is a controlling type of personality in its own way, okay, good and bad. But this type of person, to know the difference between making everyone's decisions for them and choosing what's best for everybody, and on the other hand, knowing that you should make your own choices. It's a very, very critical energy for the emperor to have, to maintain integrity, is to allow others to make their own free will choices, to use their own discernment, to be their own person, have their own thoughts, their own free will. If this is you and this is how the person is with you, that's really a good match. It's a good influence in your life. For some of you, they may be controlling you and throwing you into confusion all the time, and you having to lean on them for the decision making all the time. That's a bad situation. You know, they should be encouraging you to make your own choices, encouraging you to make free will decisions about yourself, your life with them. You know, that you're not part of their life, that they see themselves as part of your life, and they still hold that same individual energy of being the emperor, controlling their own life, and they see themselves as part of your life. You know, that they're grateful that you have allowed them into their life. You know, they don't see you as part of their life, like that ownership, okay? Make sure you have this distinction present throughout this relationship, because that's the influence they have. That's how you'll know their integrity. That's how you're going to know their integrity, is do they let you make your own free will decisions, or do they constantly, subtly encourage you to lean on them, or overtly pressure you into leaning on them to make all the choices? That's very crucial. Very crucial, Spirit is saying. This is, that's how they influence you personally. This is the nature of the relationship. Ooh boy, yeah, because this is going to be some heavy hitting lover energy, meant to be. Like I said, feels destined, but it makes you worry. You need that discernment. You really have to lean on your own free will choices and make instinctive decisions. Their integrity will be based on whether or not you can see that they allow you to make your own free will choices. This is big lover energy here. The nature of the relationship is, this is in fact the soulmate, lover, twin flame type of thing for some of you. For some of you, it's new too. It's new and coming in. For those of you, it's like, this is what's headed down the track. So be prepared, because it might hit you by surprise, and I mean surprise. I'm also seeing a child involved, an innocent involved in this. So you might meet this person through something connected to your children, a dance class, extracurricular, soccer game, a school event, etc. Relatives. Okay? Here are the challenges you will face together, is in maintaining your optimism and in maintaining the integrity of your own individual soul, and that for the highest good of all else. So there can be power struggles. There can be power struggles and temper flare-ups. But it's also about your soul's calling. This relationship will continually bring you back to yourself, to examine continually. Not overanalyze, but to examine. Always look. Does this decision, whatever it's pertaining to in this relationship, bring me back to myself? Does it bring me back to myself? And that's where you'll meet. That will be the crux of your challenges. And how you meet those challenges, do they defer to you to say, build your own soul up, my darling love? You know, that type. Do they want to build you up, or do they want to suck the life out of you and defer to themselves all the time? So the power struggle again. Who does this relationship revolve around? You know, it has to revolve around the two. Always, always, always. And it revolves around maintaining your own individual soul source energy. So this is where you will find those challenges present themselves. And that's the core perspective you need to have in addressing any challenges. Okay? Here is how the overall relationship will overall effect on you of the relationship will be the Seven of Swords. This is going to be one of knowing, really, really, really coming to know really the good guys and the bad guys. You know, that there is a mixed bag. There's a fine line between a good person doing a bad thing or a bad person doing a good thing. It confuses you, okay? But the whole relationship is gonna give you discernment about how to understand that. And it's going to make you feel that you're finally getting what you deserve. You're going to take, by hook or by crook, you are going to take what rightfully belongs to you, what you deserve, what you know you deserve, what you feel you deserve, and you're going to take it. You're going to take it either as a thief in the night or, one way or the other. You're going to take what is rightfully yours that is in alignment with your soul. And it might require a lot of courage. It might require, and it harm none, it might require some sneaking around. In other words, not cheating or lying. I don't mean that. And because it has to harm none. If it requires that you harm anyone, then it is not of integrity. It is not of spirit. It is of the ego. So make sure that, and it harm none, you will do whatever it takes. It might call into question, do you have the courage to do what it takes to have this relationship? The overall effect will be that of you getting what you deserve, but you might have to take it. You might have to take it like a thief in the night, so to speak. But more what that means is I'm going to have to keep myself to myself within this relationship and be my own person. I have to be my own person and make my own decisions. And sometimes that means I have to keep my overt expressions about wanting to express everything. I have to keep it more under the radar until I know what I want. Then I express myself, if that makes sense. It will teach you how to temper your expression. It will teach you how to temper your expression and what you want and what you want to do. That's what the relationship, how it will affect you. And that is the overall result, outcome of the relationship. This is how the relationship will affect you, is that it's a community effort, a collaborative effort. So while here, the end result of the relationship is that of taking however you must take it with integrity, that you take what you deserve. So that's the outcome, is that it may have to be one of those things that's under the radar. And it harm none. If this is a clandestine affair, you must come clean or you must quit. You must cut ties. Because as a reader of integrity, I cannot encourage you to do anything other than that. Come clean or cut ties is what it comes down to. It comes down to a matter of integrity. Good people doing bad things, making mistakes, come clean. Bad people doing good things, cut ties. Cut ties. You're going to question your own integrity. Some of you will. Some of you will not. Some of you know that you have the utmost integrity. You cannot deny the force of this love. It is true. It is good. And you have to, but there are others who will disapprove of it because of just their own ideals, not because it's a third-party thing, not because you're in the cheating end of a situation. But no, on the end of having integrity, you might have to keep it under the radar to keep your own personal business to yourself, because there are other outside opinions and factors that kind of force you to drive this relationship underground until you get it to where you want it to be, which is out in the open or away from the people who influence the relationship with their opinions, and you move the relationship away from that. This is a collaborative. Here is, again, that church energy, like you meet at church. It's a collaborative effort This is the overall energy. You do have a lot of support in this relationship. You do have a lot of spiritual support in this relationship. You have been getting, like, I see someone talking to a priest, pastor, minister, high priest, high priestess, etc., a religious or spiritual figure of authority. A lover could be a spiritual authority in your life, and I see you sitting down, however that applies to you. I see you sitting down with this other person, spiritual authority, and receiving counsel from them. Some of you are going through marriage counseling, some of you are going through premarital counseling, and some of you are talking to this minister of sorts about life after death and connection with this loved one. There's something going on. There's some kind of experience that creates this newfound faith in you. Some of you are romantically involved with a spiritual person, a spiritual leader, spiritual leadership. And this was a surprise to you. Very surprising. Very surprising. I'm feeling like, wow, I was not expecting. Holy mackerel. Yeah, keep the integrity. This is what you learn. The Empress. You learn all about you. You learn about goddess energy. Some of you are leaving a lot of patriarchal energy around, behind. But look at this. Come on. So we're talking about soulmate, twin flame. We have the person's energy, your impression of them is the Emperor. This is what you learn. The Empress. So in being with this person, you learn about yourself. You learn about yourself, being an individual person. Absolutely. Absolutely. Twin flame, soulmate, definitely. Discernment, lovers, definitely. The very nature of this union is to be together. Is to be together. For some of you, you have parted ways. Some of you have, this is that lost at sea. This person was lost at sea, so to speak, or literally. And there's a connection still there. There's that energy, that sailor, that pirate, that when he went off to sea. Or this was like a past life. You felt that this was your past life together and they came back. You're back together in this lifetime. For some of you, you go on to be on your own. You know, you've come into contact with this more patriarchal emperor energy and it has built your strength within yourself. You've been overpowered and now have come into your own power. So in being overpowered by another, you have come into your own power. And you are moving on. It's like it gave you all the tools you needed to move on your own, to find that which calls to your soul more appropriately. And for some of you, it's like this was so meant to be. Look at the exact matching energy. Bookends, twin flames, soulmates. You can't get any more alike than this, where we match each other. They're on that end of the spectrum. I'm on this end of the spectrum. You know, for some of you, you're the new person. You're the new person in their life. You're the new one, and you were brought together by friends and family, community group type of thing, whether that be a spiritual group or an enrichment type of group through common interests. You've definitely been brought together by others, even your angels and spirit guides. You have been called to come into the power of your own soul through the help of as a byproduct of this relationship, whether you stay in the relationship or you go off on your own. You've been brought to come into union with someone, to come into the power of your own soul. This is a collaborative effort. You will get help. You will find your integrity acknowledged by yourself, first and foremost. You acknowledge your integrity, first and foremost, for yourself. And that is what brings. Some of you are definitely getting married. Definitely. The person you're partnered with now is your marriage partner. For sure. For sure. I feel that very strongly. Very strongly. It's supported by the universe. Absolutely. For those of you, you'll feel certain of what I'm saying pertains to you. And if you feel uncertain of whether or not it pertains to you, leave it for now. Take what you know does pertain to you in this reading. I've been guided to say that strongly. Here is the energy of which is wisdom, intensification. This is the card of Letha, the Midsummer Solstice. Midsummer Solstice. This is like the zenith, the peak of all energy. It's about when the sun is at its strongest. Look at that. That's what Letha is, when the sun is at its strongest. And what did you get before? The Sun card. It's all about your soul. It's all about your soul. Your soul has to be with this person. And whether you're with them now or not, this is for everybody. It's all about your soul right now. It's all about your soul. The underlying energy is, look, the darkest day of the year. And this is the brightest day of the year. We are talking about polar opposites coming together. This is very, very significant. Very significant. All right. Thank you so much, Libra. I hope that helps. I hope it restores your balance in your thoughts. And I hope that this love brings you complete balance and inner peace and personal power and much, much love for a very long time in this lifetime and the next. You want to connect with me? The links are below in the description box and the comments. So until we meet again, check out your moon and rising signs and whatever else you feel intuitively led to look at in my video library. And until we meet again, from my soul to yours, much, 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 much love and brightest, brightest blessings. Take care. Bye-bye.